I spent my entire first week at my new retail job hiding in the bathroom, and somehow I was the only employee who didn't get fired. It all started because my best friend Nico looked me dead in the eyes and said, "I will give you $200 if you can last a full week at a new job without doing a single second of actual work." And I have never backed down from a bet in my entire life, no matter how stupid it sounded. The rules were simple. I had to clock in every single shift, stay the whole time, and never once do anything that could be considered actual labor or helping a customer in any way. I got hired at one of those massive big box retail stores because I figured it was so huge that nobody would notice one extra body floating around, and after sitting through the most boring orientation video about synergy and customer excellence I had ever witnessed in my 22 years of existence, I clocked in for my first official shift and walked directly into the employee bathroom at the back of the store. I picked the last stall on the end, locked the door behind me, sat down on the toilet with my phone fully charged, and prepared to do absolutely nothing productive for the next 8 hours of my life. The first close call happened about 2 hours into day one when someone started violently shaking my stall door and screaming, "Hurry up, I'm going to crap my pants!" So I lifted my feet up off the ground and held my breath until they finally gave up and sprinted to the women's room instead. Day two got significantly worse when a manager came in to do some kind of official bathroom wellness check and started looking under all the stalls for feet, which meant I had to stand on the actual toilet seat and press my entire body flat against the wall like I was in a Mission Impossible movie while he walked past humming the store jingle completely off key. I started to notice that things were falling into complete chaos when I heard my first firing through the paper-thin bathroom walls on day three. A manager dragged some poor employee into the hallway and started screaming about how he had been stealing printer paper for 6 months, and the guy just kept yelling back, "It's for my screenplay and you don't understand art," until security physically escorted him out the fire exit. Day four was complete and total chaos because I heard 3 separate people get fired before lunch. 2 employees quit in the middle of their shifts by just walking out the front door without telling anyone, and some guy apparently got caught kissing a customer behind the garden center displays, which resulted in a crash so loud I thought the whole building was collapsing. The maintenance worker almost discovered me that same afternoon when he came in to fix a leaky pipe and kept muttering to himself about how the bathroom always smelled like fast food and broken dreams, and I had to crouch on the toilet seat clutching my smuggled burrito with both hands while he worked about 6 feet away from my stall for nearly an hour. By the morning of day 5, I was absolutely convinced my luck had finally run out because the store had descended into what sounded like complete anarchy with constant overhead announcements about staffing emergencies, someone frantically paging for backup to every single department, and what I swear was a shopping cart race happening somewhere near the electronics section. I finally emerged from that bathroom at the end of my shift on day 5, fully expecting to be immediately terminated or possibly escorted out by police, but instead, I walked into what looked like the aftermath of a retail apocalypse with unmanned registers, abandoned shopping carts scattered everywhere, and maybe 3 exhausted employees total trying to handle a checkout line that stretched all the way back to the frozen food section. The store manager spotted me from across the floor and literally sprinted over with tears forming in her eyes before grabbing me by both shoulders and saying, "Thank God you're still here because you're one of the only people who actually showed up consistently this week, and I genuinely don't know what I would have done without you." I just stood there in complete shock as she explained that they had lost over 20 employees in the span of 5 days due to firings, walkouts, 1 emotional breakdown in the break room, and a guy who had apparently faked his own death just to get out of working the weekend shift, and the entire time she kept thanking me for being so reliable and such a team player, even though I had literally contributed nothing to this company except consistent bathroom occupancy for 40 straight hours. Nico handed